I'm pretty sure you're gonna catch your crotch on fire.
Catch one fire?
Your crotch. Why was Max sitting back there so long?
Well, he stepped on the box of screws and it tipped the whole entire box over. And all of us would be like, oh, son of a, like make a big scene because we don't care. But he knew that we're going to razz him. So, dude, he didn't say a word. We're like, why is Max so quiet back there? He's back there like this. Picking up screws.
You know,
I got it on film, don't worry, you'll see it.
I'd make fun of him, but I dumped the whole thing out in the back of my Subaru the other day. To pick them all up too. Now that we have this formwork up, we're looking at our steel and it's leaning in a few places. So we're cutting some of these ties and just making adjustments so that the steel is vertical and in the center everywhere. And I think it's actually faster than us getting it perfect to start with. I think. I mean, we got it pretty good. It's like in there.
We didn't have much for a reference before. It's kind of all just...
Well, we had levels.
Well, I mean, what kind of reference is that, you know? Show me how it's done, boys.
Well, we've only done 40 of them, but now we have the pro tip.
Really?
Yeah, so you got to start at a certain end. So you got to do this long end first. Past 90.
Right, the
And
one
then-
that ends with the long.
Then you got to do the shorties next, so that way when you finish it up, the bend doesn't get in your way. And the key is this right here, is when he's got it set, I'm going to give one little push, and it's going to snug it up. That way you can keep it from rolling, because if it rolls a little bit, then you're done.
No bueno.
Take it past your 90. Now you have to start right here first.
All right, with the shorter one.
Yep, and he's got
That's
it there.
your 6-inch.
Just snug it right there. Touch you past 90 because it bounces back.
It does bounce back. Okay, then you're going for the long run there.
Yeah, and then just snuggy wuggy. Touch you past 90.
Going for the short. That's how it's done.
We decided to start back in this corner because we got all these columns we got to deal with here, and we may be getting some different size panels or something to help us with that. Now, this is about the tightest spot we've ever had excavation wise to like a basement wall. And Max, how's it going back there?
Sweating, son.
Yeah, it's like sliding and tight and your feet don't fit. So definitely if you're going to excavate for a basement, I think about 3 feet is what was like actually comfortable. And once we get these whalers on, we really won't even be able to walk back through here. It'll be blocked off.
I have a lot of pieces left over this length that I don't think we can come up with any real use for. And this piece that goes under the column, it's like really strong, but it's not connected to the mat of steel on the wall. But
Except like all these ties, but I say do it. I'm with you.
it's hard to really know what is connected or considered to be connected.
Mm-hmm.
You know?
Yeah.
So
Who's calling
anyway,
you?
my wife.
Oh, so he picked up the building inspector, but not his wife. Wow. Uh-oh.
She's setting up an appointment for a masseuse because my arm hurts. You know that same like,
Jason, you want a massage? What? He's getting an appointment.
hey babe,
Yeah.
Friday at 2. I'm not sure about that.
Now that all this steel is tied up, Jono and Max are masterminding the formwork, which bumps out around this column. This wasn't something we really planned on, I don't think, or it wasn't in the drawing. So they're just using parts we have available. We may have to get more parts, I don't know, but that looks pretty good. On the back here, we need a piece that goes from these ties until we can put ties again, which is right there. And that's about a 30-inch panel. So we can either use these angle pieces and make one out of plywood, or the guy might send us one. That's the end of day 2 of doing this, and we kind of guessed it would take us 3 days, but then we ended up doing a whole nother day worth of steel work, which I thought we were done with steel, but we weren't. And going around these columns is probably taking us an extra 4 hours. So it's definitely going to take us like at least 4 days, maybe 5 or 6. We're going to do it till it's done, and it's done right with precision. I was watching Dude Dad last night.
Yeah.
I don't know why I watch him. He's funny.
Yeah.
If you ever seen him. Mastercraft gave him a wakeboard boat, and he's got
more subscribers than you?
less subscribers.
Less subscribers than you.
You know how sad my face looked when I saw that this guy got a Mastercraft
You could probably
sponsorship.
get like a John boat or something. He can give you a John boat.
Maybe a kayak or something.
Yeah, paddleboard.
That's the boat I wanted, and he got it.
That guy was pretty funny though.
Yeah, he is funny.
Yeah, you're not helping the car.
We're back at the job this morning, and Max, surprise for you. True Work saw you out here sweating to death in your 4-inch thick cotton shirts. So they got a box of goodies for you.
Awesome.
Some summer stuff, some B1 tees, some sunshade hoodies,
Dang.
some shorts, pretty much a whole outfit or 5. Look at that. Wow.
Oh, that's awesome.
So hopefully you can not have a heat stroke this summer. Thank you, True Work. Oh, I also got this. I think you're supposed to put it on your body, actually. Also, really quick, I want to give a shout out to Milwaukee. They sent me a brand new impact driver. Remember my Hitachi bit the dust?
Don't remember.
I remember. And they also sent me a nice drill driver set combo that locks with the pack out. So I'm going to be using that. So thank you, Milwaukee. And they also invited us to come to the Milwaukee Pipeline event, which I'm going to go to Milwaukee. You're going to have to stay here.
I know. I had a chance at going, but then somebody found out that Jono has a Milwaukee tattoo.
Yeah, on his body.
All of a sudden, I was not as important. So
Yeah.
that's okay. I'm happy.
So we'll have a video. They're going to show us stuff that isn't released yet. We get to like play with all the toys that are brand new.
Really?
No one has them. Also, Nick W, I think, is who sent us some other stuff in the mail. It came through Amazon. I didn't know where it was from for a while, and I thought they were cool enough to show a couple of things. One is this sharp pog, and he's seen Jamie sharpen his oscillating tool blades by hand, and I think this is an automatic version of that. You just stick the blade in, I'm just guessing,
I think so.
and it reslots it.
I'm going to tell you, this looks a lot more sophisticated than the methods I've used, and I like to resharpen them because I feel like I get way more value out of them, right? Because they're
Yeah.
expensive.
Yeah.
So I'm looking forward to giving
All
it a
right.
go.
Also, he sent this. It's an adjustable scribing tool. So you basically go across the floor, and that blade can go in any of those slots to get adjustable height, and it just scores a little line on your baseboard or whatever. And I think that was pretty cool. It's in my pouch.
Look at
so
that.
thanks, Nick W. He also sent us the metric tape measure that
Okay.
had metric, decimal, like engineer scale and inches on it, a 40-foot.
Wow.
So thank you for sending
Impressive.
those.
Thank you.
Let's try that thing. Hey, not bad.
All right. Fantastic.
Thanks,
that was way faster.
So this is our 3rd day doing forms, and I would say we're roughly halfway done. We're full height on a lot of it on the outside. We left the inside off so the steel can get inspected. It still hasn't been done. And then we've got the lower half done on a lot of this. It's going a little slower than we thought, but we're getting faster. So we're going to keep going today and see what we can get done before it rains.
Is that toxic?
It's oil.
Tastes like oil.
Is it in your mouth?
If I'm not mistaken, all of these columns are now done as far as the steel being tied together, prepped for formwork.
Nice. Good job.
Finally.
I didn't touch one.
It took me a whole day. Like
I know.
8 hours.
Yeah.
That's a lot. But that's what it took. What I'm saying is, I'm gonna attack this part with a doorway into this room. Now, this has been called a safe room, but it's not like a hide if somebody breaks into your house safe room. It's like a giant safe.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, great. Now it's gonna have a giant steel door on it,
Yep.
as you might imagine, with these big bolt things
Like
that
like a bank vault.
yeah.
Nice.
We should just call
That's
it the vault.
awesome.
It's going to be very cool. I'm excited to see the door. This door has some specifications about the opening,
Mm-hmm.
right? The rough opening. And unlike a wood door, you don't have a ton of room. Like, you don't do it 2 or 3 inches oversized
Interesting.
in both directions. It's only got like a 1/2 to 1/4 inch variation in the minimum
Ooh.
and maximum size opening.
Total a 1/4 inch variance
Yes.
for the Min and Max.
Yes.
That's scary.
Yes, it is scary because we're not packing this out with wood. We're not shimming it.
So the door goes straight in the concrete.
It slides in, it bolts in somehow. I don't actually know. So this has to be pretty precise, which is difficult in this kind of work here. We're gonna do our best. I'm gonna build a box of wood that's gonna represent the opening. And then I have to build over this gap right here. See this giant gap between the two sides? There's an engineered concrete and steel header.
Okay.
Okay, so I have the directions basically on how to build that.
Get the recipe.
And I need the door thing to be in place so that I can reference the height off of that.
I think you should build it. I don't want to be responsible. I'm taking bets right now. Is this door going to fit in whatever Jamie builds first shot?
I'm gonna say no. Not first shot.
It'll be like that window trim y'all did.
Today's video is brought to you by HOUZZ PRO, which is an all-in-one business solution for builders, contractors, remodelers, and designers, which lots of you guys are, so I'd really check it out. HOUZZ PRO has a ton of great features to help your business run more efficiently, and one of the best things for that is adding team members and giving them the right access for the job. And it's really simple to do. You simply invite them via their email address and assign them a role. You can also choose between inviting them to an individual project or to all your projects. Once you've added team members, you can edit their permissions so they can only see what you want them to see. Maybe you don't want them to see all your finances or projects from the past, or maybe you want them to see everything, and that's all possible. And it's really nice that you can do this same thing for your clients and your subcontractors so they can have access to what they need in your HOUZZ PRO account, but they don't have access to everything. And once you have your team members, your client, and your subcontractors added in your HOUZZ account, you can easily add them to a project or assign them tasks. And being able to assign tasks to other team members is how work really gets done if you know anything about it. All you have to do is select the person's name and then choose a deadline or a target date and send it over. You can also add tasks in the timeline so you and your team members know exactly where you're at on the project. As well as getting notifications from emails when a task is assigned or completed, there's also a tasks overview where you and your team members can see a complete picture of open tasks, complete tasks, everything that needs to get done or has been done. It's really a great way to centralize your to-do list for your business, and it's just one of the many great features in HOUZZ PRO. They have so many more things that can help you run your business smoothly and look more professional. If you haven't checked it out, you can try it for free. There's a link down in our video description that'll get you where you need to go, and also a phone number. Thank you, HOUZZ PRO, for sponsoring our video, and let's get back to work. All right, Ray, what's wrong with this picture? It just sucks for you when I have my camera out already. I'm sorry. He did 1,000 of them right. And the one wrong, I was ready. We don't have a nice flat subfloor out here for Jamie to build this door system, the form on. So he's like walking around staring at the ground. I'm like, what are you doing? He's finding a flat piece of dirt.
This is the flattest looking piece of dirt I see. This doorway, keep in mind that we're gonna lose 8 inches of depth from the footing in our slab.
Oh, I'm glad you thought of that.
I did,
Like,
believe
man,
me,
it's
I'm
8
trying to
inches
think of
too
it all.
short.
Yeah, so I'm gonna build this, the rough opening height plus 8 inches.
Jamie's building this out of this yellow pine, and it measures 9 1/4 across. If I'm not crazy, it's a 2x10.
It
9
is
1/4.
2x10, 9 1/4.
So you're gonna have to fur out the thickness.
I
These
am.
are 10-inch forms.
Yes, they are.
Okay, I'm just checking on
Thank
you.
you.
'Cause
I
you thought of that one
appreciate
thing. I'm trying to
that.
think of something.
No, that's good. You got my back there. Well, what I plan to do is put a piece of plywood on here, either 3/4 or 5/8, maybe just to give it the slightest amount of
that might be a good idea.
adjustment in there. Now, I'm not worried that concrete will pour through an 1/8 inch crack. It won't. Actually, almost all these forms have an 1/8 inch
They
crack
do, or more.
somewhere. It's not going to flow out, okay? So
Well, I wouldn't be saying that yet.
it shouldn't. But anyway, yeah, that's the plan. For now, I'm just going to put it up actually without any of the cross braces so we can walk through it.
That's great.
But then I will put cross braces. Let me just draw a picture. This is, all right, you've got the footing, right? There it is. And then I'm going to stand up the doorway form, we're going to call it, just like this. Now, you got to think about where's the pressure on this thing, okay?
Three-dimensional.
Oh, yeah. So the pressure is concrete pushing in on this side and here and down on the top, all right? There's no force on the flat part of it facing this way. And so I'm going to put like a ladder or a bookshelf style looking bracing that way, okay, to resist that. And then there'll be a piece of sheathing over the whole side on one side. That's my design.
Okay.
Yep.
And it's pretty strong.
It will screw down to the bottom on those wood boards that are already screwed to the concrete.
Okay.
I'm making a little design change here in my box. I was gonna build it just like just like you see here, but there's gonna be weight of the concrete pressing on the top right here. Mm-hmm. I thought, well, that's stupid. I need a board to cap the top.
Yeah, you do.
You know, and so I'm just gonna saw off that 1.5 inches and add it back. And so the top will be doubled. And I think that'll be strong enough without any braces internally.
Otherwise, all the weight's on these screws.
Yeah, we don't want that. Bad. So that's like structural 101, I guess. Mechanical weight bearing versus fastener dependent.
Yeah, shear strength.
There
stuff.
you go. That's it.
That looks a lot better. And I did some math just for fun.
Okay.
Concrete weighs 150 pounds per cubic foot. And we're going to have concrete poured over top of this.
That's right.
Approximately 10 cubic feet.
Okay.
So 1,500 pounds is what that needs to hold.
Oh, that'll
till the
hold
concrete cures.
all day, no problem.
Yeah. And then that header you're forming,
Yep.
it's going to have to carry like 6,000 pounds, including itself, with the tributary area of the slab,
Right.
plus the like steel decking. And then on top of that, whatever the trucks parks in their weighs.
$91 is the number off of the concrete. That's really all that matters.
Okay.
Well, that's not true. That's a lie. Okay, there we go. 91. So you take 8 inches off of that and you end up with 83. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I literally count all the time, man. You'll see me, I'll pull my tape out. Like, you'd think we're pretty good at math, and maybe we're okay at math, but if I really want to know, I'll go to whatever number and I'll start counting inches on my tape. Like, forget the math, because I just want to count it and make sure it ends on the number that I need it to be.
Oh,
no.
You went right into another screen.
Of course I did.
Wow, what are the odds?
I think my Walmart app is listening to me.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah. I just got a notification on deals for Legos.
No.
Yeah.
No.
Never looked up Legos before on Walmart, for sure.
You got to be careful what you're talking about, dude. Your wife's gonna pull up your Walmart app. All of a sudden, you're like, "Wow, look at that!"
Right now I'm cutting some steel pieces that will be the long bars that make up the steel structure of this concrete and steel header.
above the door.
Above the doorway. Now I'm imagining that it'll be easier for me to cut all these pieces and actually bend the hoops that'll connect them all together on the ground, and then take this as one unit and actually set it on top of the door with a spacer that's like maybe 2 or 3 inches thick,
I'm liking
so that
this.
it's just sitting there.
If we can lift it, if it's like 300 pounds.
No.
Okay.
I think you can help me. It'll be all right. Maybe 100 pounds max.
Oh, we got that.
Yeah. And then, see, it's going to stick past on both ends by 2 feet.
So you might have to just slide the outside hoops in and not tie them, and then slide them back out.
Well, sort of, but because of the steel mat that we have existing, that won't work. So we'll have to figure something out with that. We may have to double the hoops and actually go from both sides, complete overlap.
And you're still talking.
Okay. We have a we have a singular layer of rebar mat, and this is not that. This is spread apart in 2 pieces, like 8 inches wide. And so there's nothing existing in space in our wall that'll support it currently.
So yeah, just do what you're saying.
Yeah, we're just gonna set it on a block of wood and then figure out how to attach it to the rest. It really just has to float there until the concrete's there. Pretty easy, sounds like.
Floating steel. We'll just go get
All
some
right.
of those floating steel bars. Wow. This is the one time I'll see Jamie close all of his doors.
No longer man spread.
No longer man spreading when the rain comes. Whose chair is that one?
I don't know. We just passed our next foundation inspection. They'll probably be partially, sort of, kind of is what we're saying. He did like everything that he saw, but he requires that this set of engineered drawings be actually stamped, like with that
Sealed.
embossed looking like stamp thing that they have. Those
a
are
seal.
fancy.
That's what it's
a
called.
seal.
That's
It's
why
called
I
a
keep
seal.
saying the word.
Is that right? Of course I knew that. So we're gonna have to obtain that sealed set. This printed off of my cell phone copy doesn't work, and then we're ready to pour.
Yeah.
So
I'll hand deliver it. Max and I were taking bets as he walked through here whether he would notice this one bar we cut out to pass the forms through that we have not patched up yet. And so we were like, ooh. And like right when he walked by there, he like
I know,
he
I
looked
saw-
down for a
I
split
saw
second, and we were like exchanging money back there.
I was prepared to give him an answer, but I didn't want to alert him, about it.
We'll fix it.
Yeah, not a problem.
The inspector was staring at Jamie and me like we're idiots.
I feel embarrassed for you guys.
Yeah, I didn't realize like what he was looking at until I looked at Jamie, and then I looked down. I was like, are you guys builders, or what are you doing with these shirts? So, on a serious note, though, I did like that inspector because he looked at our grade out here, and he's like, you guys need negative drainage from your house, which right now it's not. It actually goes uphill because Brock like kind of made some drainage temporarily, and he's going to move the rest of this dirt. But I don't think I've ever had an inspector look at the grading at this stage and be like, hey, you guys are all screwed up, which we are, and we know it. But I kind of appreciate that. There's a lot of houses in this area that the grading is wrong, like negative drainage towards the basement or something, and causes a lot of problems.
You know how to run and skid?
I do.
You want to bring one of them 6-foot pallets?
It would be my pleasure.
That would be amazing.
Okay.
Chick-fil-A?
It'd be
My pleasure.
Jamie's finished his header reinforcing rebar. He says
right.
it's time for everyone to get over here and lift it up.
All hands. Now, we could have built it in place. That would have been a cool idea.
Yeah.
Jamie said the plan is to lift his end almost vertical and then drop this end in and then drop his end.
Just y'all help stabilize it. I'm just kind of gonna inch it on up here. Oh yeah, Daddy, that was the move. Oh,
Wow, look at that. Like a glove. We've got it shimmed up 3 inches, and then we're gonna tie it, and then those come out, right? Those
Yeah.
can't stay.
Yeah, no, they don't stay. Now the problem is, see, these, if everything is right, these are completely not touching. There's nothing touching.
Ray was staring at the end here, and it's leaning over pretty hard. We did a little investigating, and this footing has got a little hump in it that our plate's sitting on. So we're just gonna go on up and I think see if we can do the permanent strong back and then see if we can brace it up. But like, I can't imagine doing this on footings that were terrible is all I can imagine. I mean, this is like a 1/4 inch hump and the wall's leaned over like a foot. We've got it braced up here. It's the moment of truth. Can we crank this thing hard enough to pull it straight? Where's Plum, Ray?
It's like way.
Oh my gosh. All right, Max, just get your claw in there and start cranking away.
Yeah, it moves the wall a lot.
Sound like that drill.
Hit it again.
Full?
Pull one more. Oh,
I think that's it.
that's it. Since we split this weather board into 2 pieces and they're not aligned, I'm using a toe screw to try and draw them in line. That's pretty good pro tip if you got to do something like this. So I'm going to get an angle on it. Hit it until it lines up. Might have gone too far, Ray. Josh is going to spray it down for us. Wait, who's Josh? Josh is the nephew of my lawyer. And he's 18 and he's got his own cabinet business that he started.
He lives over yonder.
And he lives over yonder. And he's just out hanging out with us today.
You're in Statesville.
in Statesville. You need cabinets. This guy, he's an entrepreneur. He's a go-getter. And he watches our channel. Thank you for that. It's getting a little stupid over here. I want to run a bar all the way through and tie these ends up, but I've got so much steel in there that I can't even fit another bar.
I think that's when you know you're done.
Is that bad?
I think it's good.
I mean, oh, maybe.
I don't think there's enough steel in it.
That's a lot of steel. I mean, it's like, where's the concrete gonna even go?
At what point, yeah, is there too much
That'll be a
steel?
lot of load.
You can put too much steel, like all jokes aside, to where there's not enough concrete.
Is that right?
Yeah, but you're not even close.
Don't challenge him. Don't challenge
No,
him.
I'm talking about like on bridges where they're using like 3-inch thick stuff.
Yeah.
Like, and it's packed in there tight. There's actually a certain point at which, like, there's not enough concrete.
Really?
Yep.
This threaded bar for.
I have no idea.
I just noticed it sitting there.
I didn't even notice it till you just pointed it out. I hope it's nothing important. I really don't have a clue. This is our first piece where we're lifting a 4-foot piece onto a 6-foot. We did a 6-foot corner to start with. And I'm telling you, I'm real glad. Whoa! Oh my gosh. As you just saw, I'm really glad we did set the 4-foot panels at the bottom because you can actually reach up on top of them. Can you imagine doing that with a full panel?
No, I can't imagine it because I would not do it.
Yeah. I mean, if you were tall, it might be easy. Max, why'd you even bother wearing that watch if it doesn't tell the right time? Is my question.
It keeps me from showing everybody my watch tan.
Oh. Oh my God. Holy crap.
Look, I'm even starting to get a tan through the holes.
Were you born with that watch on your wrist?
Yeah.
That's insane.
Yeah, it's pale o'clock right now.
Boys, hate to leave you, but I gotta bounce. Gotta go grill for the in-laws.
We come with you?
Yeah.
Feel like it's time to show you guys my personal wash station move here.
This
At the end of the
is
day.
a little
So you can
weird.
Rub your hands together.
Okay.
Just
Get that on the little tilt there.
I see.
You know, you gotta get the angle right.
Uh-huh.
Kinda. That's how you do it.
That's how it's done, huh?
You can't really just dump water on one hand and
know,
rub it to itself. You
You
gotta
just
have.
flung that all over my face.